Alright, so in one of my last videos, I did another one of these. This is the Star Wars Lightsaber Forge series, which has a sort of system in play that's very similar to, as I believe, another system that Star Wars did in the past called Blade Builders, I'm pretty sure it was called. I'm not sure if the Blade Builder ones could light up. These ones, of course, have the different sections, and of course the core of the lightsaber, which lights up and makes sounds. And then, of course, you can mix and match parts. And in the last video I did, I unboxed and took a look at the Darth Vader lightsaber. And today, I have the Obi-Wan Kenobi lightsaber. So, obviously, we have to unbox this in the same fashion that we did the first box. As I remember, had some tape at the top here, which was rather inconvenient, as I remember it had 3 strips of tape. One also here at the back side, which confused me because I cut these 2 side pieces, and then that back one here thought it was fully open, and it ended up not being fully open. There we go. I've also realized that these are pretty much saying exactly the same thing, except for in different languages. Won't need that. This time I've got the screwdriver with me for when I need to put in the batteries. I already know what I'm doing. Hopefully, should already come pre-assembled. Maybe. Yep, there we come. Pull it. Ooh. Oh, that one's a bit stranger. That one has a bit of a different feel to it. It has a little bit of a gap here. It appears to be... Let's check the box. Looks like there's nothing else in there. So we will put the box off to the side. Bring in Darth Vader's lightsaber here. Jesus. One. Here we go. Boom. Worked. Totally nailed it. Now, as you can see, as I'm seeing, it appears that the Obi-Wan Kenobi lightsaber is taller with the actual blade. Well, not the blade. The actual... I'm not sure what that you'd call that. I don't think it would be called the hilt, but the actual lightsaber is longer. It also appears to be a lot jinkier. Oh, it's because it wasn't screwed in all the way at the top there. Yeah, that may lead to it. That'll do it. We get this top piece screwed off here. You can see this is a new blade. And let's take this tiny little sticker off to make sure that it doesn't look weird with a tiny little sticker on. Now the blade is nice and clear. We can check out the rest of the actual thing. There's just a little button, little pin, that plastic pin that clicks it into the actual lightsaber piece here using one of these holes here. This one and this one can hold on to these little, I guess the caps here. And obviously the igniter button. And then you have the core, which if you take a look at the Darth Vader one, they are quite different, obviously. The crystal mold, as I believe, actually the same if I can get the camera to focus here. I believe the crystal mold is, yeah, looks like it's probably pretty much the same. This one lights up. It's basically just a giant flashlight that makes sounds. And then the thing that really gives it the color is the tube at the end of it, which doesn't give it a whole lot of color. This is the Obi-Wan one. I already have my screwdriver with me, so we can just pop that bad boy in there. It's a very long screwdriver. I didn't have any, couldn't find a shorter one that also fit the size of the screw. Feisty screw. Ah, man. There we go. Had to grab it with my fingers as well to help pull it out. Now hopefully when this, I don't want to, batteries are in place, I'm going to attempt to put back on the battery cover without turning it on, so that can be a little bit of a special moment, turning on the lightsaber for the first time. Not sure if it's going to have the same sounds as the Darth Vader one is, but I assume it might. Wouldn't get why they would change the sound just for a lightsaber. It doesn't really make sense. The emitter cap is, I think it's called the emitter cap. In the actual lore of Star Wars, I believe it's called the emitter cap. Oh, a bit rocky here. Turn that way. Oh, it does turn that way. Just must have been turning it the wrong way. And then it goes, oops, like that. It's a little crooked. Oh, it is a little crooked. Man. Ah. Oh. I believe it's the same sound as okay, that has to be pretty cool. But true test, I have to take this into the dark and we will see how bright it is. Probably not that bright. Then again, it's a blue one. The red Darth Vader lightsaber was quite dull, but this one actually has a bit more intensity to it, and I think it's because of the blue coloration. Because of the fact that the tube is blue, may have something to do with the color of the tube. Blue tube might mean that the light can, well, make the tube brighter, pass more color through the tube, and therefore come out with a brighter color. But yeah, these are, it's the Darth Vader one, that's the Obi-Wan Kenobi one. This one, the new one I just got. They're around, I believe, $27. Can't remember what the cents, like the $27 and how much cents it is, but around probably $30 with tax and everything included, at least in the US. And yeah, pretty cool, pretty cool. Has this, as I believe, is possibly, I think it's a part of the Blade Builders things, but I'm not sure. Also, fun little thing you can, oops, do with these, of course, is you can switch around the parts, which these cores don't really, at least these two, don't seem to be different sounds. I'm not sure if there's different sounds for each one, but you can swap them around, so you can do something. Oh, well, that one doesn't seem to, no, that one doesn't ignite. Not sure if it can't reach it, Or what? Little hard to see. All you can really see is the tube. Emitter cap. It looks like the button is protruding. It also looks like it may be a possible unique shape of button. There looks to be some sort of divot in the middle, which may be... Yep, it just won't ignite. Thing is, I believe the core is fine, unless it just ran out of batteries, but nope. It just won't ignite. It's just not... It's just an odd shape and it just won't ignite. Comparing lightsabers, the only real size difference we have here is these caps. The cap on the Obi-Wan Kenobi lightsaber is longer, and therefore that lightsaber is longer as a response, but I believe the blade of the lightsaber sits still here, so it technically isn't longer. There's a laydown of some of the parts, and technically you can swap out these different parts and make different combinations of lightsabers, which means you can have a blue Darth Vader's lightsaber with red kyber crystal, which technically wouldn't work but it is still going to light up blue, and it's probably going to be brighter than the red. And then vice versa, you can also take an Obi-Wan lightsaber or some of the other ones, like for example the dark saber. Not sure which green one they have there, if it's Yoda's or if it's Anakin's. This cap seems to be very, very flimsy with its... And there's both of them swapped up. It's probably a good place to end the video, as I'm sure people probably don't want to see me have to swap the blades back to their original saber.